Hey there, ready for a deep dive?
Always. What are we digging into today?
The future of accounting.
Okay, I'm listening. But I bet you're not going to say spreadsheets, are you?
Nope, no spreadsheets here. Well, not just spreadsheets.
Intrigued. Go on.
We're talking AI. Accountants becoming strategic advisors, creative thinkers.
Instead of number crunchers, that's a shift.
Right. Financial therapists, even.
Okay, now that's not something you hear every day.
I know. It's all based on this piece, the Post-Cognitive Accountant's Renaissance Toolkit.
Catchy title. What's the gist?
It's laying out this whole vision of how AI changes the game for accountants.
Not just replacing them. We hear that a lot.
No, it's about them, like leveling up. AI takes the boring stuff.
The routine task.
Yeah, data entry, basic analysis, frees up accountants for the human stuff.
Makes sense. So what kind of human stuff are we talking about?
Okay, so the article dives into 10 essential tools for these future accountants.
Tools, like literal tools. Are we building something?
Not literally, haha. Think of them more like skill sets, or, like the article says, superpowers.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Superpowered accountants. What kind of superpowers?
So there's this one predictive intuition synthesizer, which basically means,
Let me guess, using intuition to make better predictions.
yes, but like powered by AI. Humans and AI together make better forecasts than either one alone.
Now that's fascinating. So it's not about replacing human judgment, but enhancing it with data.
Exactly. And that's just one of the tools. We've also got, hold on, before we get ahead of ourselves,
Right, of course. Yeah, back up a bit.
we should probably define something first. What does it even mean, a post-cognitive accountant?
Good point. It is kind of a mouthful, isn't it?
Right.
Well, simply put, it's about the evolution of accounting in the age of AI.
Okay. So less time with spreadsheets, more time with people.
Exactly. Think strategy, creative problem solving, building those strong client relationships, providing personalized financial advice, all the stuff AI can't do.
That's an accountant I could get behind.
Right. Someone who understands your financial goals, helps you navigate tough decisions, not just,
A robot spitting out numbers.
exactly.
Okay, but this post-cognitive accountant thing, that's a big change, right?
Absolutely. It requires a whole new set of skills, and that's where those 10 essential tools from the article come in. That's the roadmap, if you will.
The path to becoming a financial superhero.
You got it. And we're going to break down those tools or superpowers for you right after this, a roadmap to superpowers. I like where this is going.
Right. And some of these tools are pretty out there, like emotional intelligence amplifiers, ethical navigation systems. We've even got cognitive emotional risk assessment.
Okay, so we're talking about a whole lot more than just numbers here.
Way more. It's like tech, ethics, psychology, even cultural understanding. It's a wild mix.
Sounds like it. So where do we even begin with all of that?
Well, rather than just listing these tools off, how about we dive into a couple that really stood out?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, this one. The emotional intelligence amplifier. I gotta know more about this one. Like using tech to understand our emotions so we make smarter money choices.
It's fascinating, isn't it? And the article gives this great example. There's a startup, Mood Money, and they're developing an app.
What kind of app?
It's personalized financial advice, but it changes based on your mood.
So like if the market's tanking and I'm freaking out,
It's not going to suggest you sell everything. It would probably remind you of your long-term plan.
right. Or like adjust your risk based on.
And how you're feeling, yeah. Like a whole different way of thinking about investing.
It really is. But it makes me think, with all this AI involved in our money, don't we have to really trust it?
Oh, absolutely. That's huge. And it actually connects to another one of the tools from the article, this data visualization artistry thing.
Okay, what's that one all about? Making spreadsheets prettier.
Kind of. But think less about spreadsheets, more about telling a story with financial data, making it visual, engaging.
So instead of a wall of numbers, I get like,
Exactly. It could be interactive. You could see your whole portfolio, but it's not just rows and columns.
that's cool. And is there actually like software for that?
Yeah. The article mentions Canvas Ledger, which is doing this kind of stuff.
Okay, that's pretty slick.
Yeah.
So we've talked emotions, we've talked visuals. What other superpower did you have in mind?
Let's talk sustainability. There's this sustainability integration framework that I think is really interesting.
Oh, right. And this is where that green ledger idea comes in, right? Like a carbon footprint for your investments.
Exactly. It's about evaluating every financial decision, not just on the money side, but the environmental and social impact too.
So I can actually see if my money is helping the planet or hurting it.
Right. And then imagine investors using that information to choose companies that...
That align with their values. It could change everything.
That's the idea. It's not just changing accounting. It's a much bigger shift in how we think about business.
It's huge. But all of this, it seems like a lot of potential for things to go wrong too, right?
Yeah, it's exciting, but also kind of daunting. Like, are we ready for this? What could go wrong, you think?
Well, regulations, for one. A lot of these tools are so new, right? The rules might not even exist yet.
It's like we're building the car as we're driving it.
Pretty much. And then there's the human factor. Accountants who've been doing things a certain way for years.
They're not all going to be thrilled about this, right?
Yeah.
It's a big change.
It is. Like, imagine you spent your whole career mastering something, and suddenly it's all about AI and feelings.
Yeah, talk about a learning curve.
Totally. And then, of course, there's the ethical side of all this, AI making financial decisions. I mean, where's the line?
That's a big one.
Yeah. How do we make sure these technologies are used for good, that they're not biased or unfair?
Those are some tough questions. And we haven't even gotten into, like, data privacy and all that.
Right. It's a lot to think about. It's not just about the tech. It's how we use it responsibly. That's the key. So we're not doomed to a future of robot overlords controlling our every penny.
Not necessarily. I mean, the article makes a good point. Alongside all this tech, we need ethical frameworks. We have to keep talking about these issues.
So it's not just about being, like, pro-AI or anti-AI.
Sure.
It's more nuanced than that.
Way more. It's about using it thoughtfully for the right reasons.
Okay, so maybe a little less Terminator, a little more, I don't know.
Financial advisor who also saves the world.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But seriously, this post-cognitive accountant idea, it's kind of hopeful, right?
I think so. It's about more than just profits. It's about values, sustainability, the bigger picture.
It's like accounting with a conscience.
Exactly.
Well, I gotta say, this deep dive took some unexpected turns. Who knew we'd be talking about AI therapists and green ledgers today?
It's a wild world out there.
It really is. And who knows what the future holds for accountants? Or any of us, really.
That's the fun part, right? Figuring it out as we go.
That's the spirit. Thanks for exploring this with me. It was a trip.
Anytime. Always up for a good brain-bending session.
And thanks to everyone listening. We'll catch you next time for another deep dive.